last match of this evening, and it is evening
no,
now, right?
it is.
It? Oh my gosh.
The viewers may not be aware of this, but we have come to, no, they did hear it. They did hear it.
We discussed it just before we went into the bands. So.
I'll do a reminder though.
Oh yeah, please.
Okay, so the reminder is that Keeper's not going to be in this game. I'm so sad. The reminder is that both teams have agreed to expedite tonight's procedures and make this a final exciting conclusion. Okay, you didn't hear. Oh, we thought we did announce. We announced it kind of early in the break, so some of you may not have heard it. We are doing one final match. Both teams have agreed that this will be a satisfying conclusion. Both teams have won a match each. So BB, the formerly SIDO, we can call them both, I guess. They won a match a few games ago. Sand just took the last one, so both have their own. Whoever takes this will have won 2 out of 3, so it's a best of 3 now. So this is our final epic conclusion, and we hope that everyone has returned and is going to enjoy that with us. With our enjoyment, we will not be enjoying a Bat Rider or a Keeper or a Magnus. There's too much.
It's just too much
epic.
Magnus.
Too much Magnus.
It's too much reverse polarity.
Yeah. And you know, I think he definitely did his fair share in that last match, if you ask me.
That was awesome.
If you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I have such. I don't think I've ever been excited for. Okay, in the internationals, I was really excited. Actually, but I'm pretty excited right now.
I'm excited.
The internationals was the first time that I've ever sat down, because believe it or not, I'm not really a sports guy, kind of just a nerd. So it was the first time when I really sat down. I was watching a tournament on TV, and I was like, yeah, this is really awesome. Like, I'll watch hockey every once in a while. It's a pretty good game, but is it pretty good, Devo? Have you dabbled in hockey before?
Oh my God! Don't get me started. We're talking about Dota, not hocky. Toronto Maple Leafs are winning 2-0 over the Montreal Canadiens. Woo!
All right, that just happened. But then internationals, God, I was just in it. I was like, yeah, I just want to see Denny just kill things. So it was a good time. Oh, you don't watch this part?
Oh yeah, sure. But since you're talking about the international,
I always talk because society can't shut me up. Anyway, so it was a good experience, and I'm almost equally excited for this experience. The winner will be awarded, the winning team rather, will be awarded $350 lump sum.
It'll be a GG then.
Just wonderful, and that will be wonderful. GG. That will be the ultimate in the GG button presses. I don't think that GG button has ever experienced such a satisfying GG. So, all right, flipping back over to our picks. What are we seeing, Devo?
So for the blending bottoms, also known as SIDO, or sit down, we're going to see a Darkseer picked and a Queen of Pain also picked. So they're very similar to what we've seen in our preceding matches, so like the matches before. But a little bit of a difference for Sand is picking up this Lifestealer. I think Lifestealer, he's been shelved, benched for the previous couple of matches, and we haven't seen too much work. And quite frankly, I haven't seen a Lifestealer that has stolen a game just yet. A lot of the Lifestealer that we've seen, in our previous matches throughout the day, has been, I think, opposing teams have shut him down quite well. And even Neek's Assassin, like, I'd like to see some really big plays by the player that's going to be playing Neek's Assassin, because Neek's has been, in this tournament so far, more of a supportive type of hero instead of that burst damage hero that we're used to seeing. Yep. I think that's fair to say.
Sure.
And finally, Gyrocopter, and I think we'll get to this pick in a second for SIDO, but last thing I just want to say, Gyrocopter has been played absolutely phenomenal. Every single game I've seen a Gyrocopter going for the standard Shadow Blade, BKB, and the MK Bizzle. Just awesome plays with Gyrocopter. The call downs is so much goodness. But
MK Bizzle?
Yeah, the MK Bizzle, man, don't you know?
Nope.
It's the MK Bizzle.
All right.
Yeah, it's the Monkey King bar that does a crap ton of damage.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So what we have not seen though, Chen, Trevor, what do you think?
Want me to talk about Chen?
Yeah.
I've seen Chen like 3 times in my whole Dota experience. Yeah, Dota experience, which is somewhat limited, but even then, not a lot of Chens. I know that he's just a lovely, helpful guy, and he just trots around there on his giant creature.
Hand of God.
And he's got the Hand of God.
He's got the Hand of God.
Yeah.
And he's got the control.
He's great.
Of creeps.
So helpful.
And all sorts of good stuff. I mean, Chen is absolutely one of like a fantastic support. hero, and you know he's got Test of Faith, Penitence.
Penitence.
Yeah, that's right. Holy Persuasion to control those creeps.
Yeah.
You know, he's fantastic. I really enjoy seeing a good Shan. And finally, you know, this is one of the very few games that we will not see in this matchup is Rubik.
Oh,
yeah,
all right.
Rubik has been banned, as is Lena. Lena also is, gosh, I think she's been banned. It's just like she's called.
She's been banned consistently, but we didn't see her played. Unlike, say, if they failed to ban a keeper, then he jumps in there.
No.
We see him.
Yeah.
But either Lena has been banned or she just hasn't been picked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And another one, CK, Chaos Knight.
Yeah.
It's an interesting ban.
The only time I think we saw him today, he got smothered, right?
Yeah,
even,
first match.
Even with the IO,
First
he hasn't
match.
been able to hold on to that. See.
It's true.
I wonder if the fact that I use IO really makes me seem like a new Dota player, because anybody who's had the experience with Dota will refer to her as Wisp, right? Yeah, but I go IO. And the reason for that isn't because I'm new, it's because I appreciate Greek mythology, and IO was in Greek mythology. Similar to a Cloud of Wisp, she was a cow. So I can see how they relate those together. Cow, Wisp with magic. So, and we took out the Faceless, who is, in truth, only half faceless, because he does have a mouth. So he's semi-faceless.
Mouth.
Yeah. So Faceless is gone. They must have been expecting that a Faceless was going to pop in there, but he is not necessarily a conventional choice. And see, I would have thought he would be, because he's... I mean, there are drawbacks to the Chronosphere, but...
yeah, definitely are drawbacks.
There are consequences.
I've seen more failed Chronospheres than I have seen
But
successful ones.
these are the ultimate in players, right? These teams are... I would expect not to make failures with that. That's why
It's
that's
a
taken out.
fail-free zone.
Fail-free?
Yeah,
No,
there's
it's not fail.
No,
They've got fail barriers all over the place to protect against the assaults of the fail.
exactly. So, you know what? I think I want to bring our viewers into this. Who do you think are going to be the last two picks for let's say, SIDO? What do you think?
Waiting on viewers?
We have one viewer right now. They're saying they sense a Bane, but they didn't really specify for blending bottoms.
They might be by the end of this. Oh my goodness! What does sand do to them? They chafe them so horribly with sand in the unpleasant places.
Okay, so we got support on sands, and I'm gonna have to agree with that. I mean, like with Lifestealer, there's not really else like in terms. Yeah, it's a pretty good call there.
And the gyro. So we've got some. We've got our carries.
Yeah.
So yeah, bumping some supports. In terms of supports, maybe they would pick a lion. Might be a solid choice. They took out the Lena, right? Who's got the stuns, and Lena is in many ways, not all, but many ways she's equivalent to Lion. Yeah. So they took out that thought, so maybe that thought will jump in. You're going to eat away to some of our reserve time. But Lion, he just was eaten, right? He really got eaten in those games. Did you see what the Conka did to him? Oh my god!
I'm sorry for him.
Smash!
Lion was just. Yeah, poor Lion. I mean, and it's kind of true actually. A lot of the games that we have seen Lion in, the team that had selected Lion wasn't really that successful in terms of winning matches.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Lion is pretty. Is a good hero. I mean, you know, he has the amazing disables and that Finger of Death that it doesn't scale too well later in the game, but the disables are amazing. And
sure enough,
very interestingly, Lion has been picked, but. It's by Sand this time. SIDO picked Lion last game. It wasn't successful with him.
Okay, let's see.
And we're gonna see.
He's very squishy though. So, and he's burst damage. So he's strong in the early game, and this early. Sure, he is strong in the early game and mid game. So later game, he just becomes a liability. Yeah. And what this team is suggesting, they've got a Nyx to prolong this game. Nyx is designed to be strong mid game and to last into late game, where the gyro and the Lifestealer can really shine. So Sand is a late game sort of team, and from what I'm seeing, blending bottoms, they don't have a super hard carry. We've got the Storm Spirit and the Queen of Pain are going to do some solid carrying jobs and lots of support, but not a really hard carry. So hopefully they're going to pick that in the end, because otherwise we see a decisively strong Sand end game or late game, and they went Warlock. Okay.
Oh my god,
that's
Warlock,
interesting.
that's awesome.
There's your area and your slows, so that's going to work really well with gyro.
Pick there, yeah, it will work fantastic because I think they're providing Lifestealer with like enough time. Like there's so many stuns. Impale on Neeks, Gyrocopter's homing missile, Lion, Hex, and his Impale, and of course Warlock. But what I really like about Warlock is the Fatal Bonds. I mean, Fatal Bonds is just outstanding.
Okay, go on. Hard carry, guys. You got 58 seconds. Go.
You really think they're gonna go for a hard carry though? Because Storm Spirit, we've seen him in action before, and you know, with his zip zappity boo.
All right, I was wrong.
He's pretty good. And Jakiro, the Macro Pyre and Ice Path. I think this is gonna be a very, very interesting final match.
That's for sure. Comes down to it. I don't know. I don't want to say anything that could be inexperience or indicative of inexperience, but I really appreciate the team composition that Sand has right now. That's what I'm gonna say. This is what I was gonna ask.
Okay.
Where are the Enigmas?
I know.
Where are the Enigmas?
I think there's probably a good reason for
8 hours, no Enigmas.
No Enigmas, yeah, and that that Enigma drops is just devastating. But yeah, we're not gonna see. So.
All right. So in terms of our Dire, I'm taking the Dire and the easy names. SIDO Ice is going to take the Storm Spirit, who is cruising mid, as he is like to do. Darkseer is going to be played by Asian Strider, and he is going to, I think they're going to try and support some sort of surprise attack. The Dire is going to try and do that. And in the surprise attack, the Ploppy is going to take over the Queen of Pain. Chen is close on her pointed heels with Chen is played by the Enchantress. Oh, look at, so Chen is played by the Enchantress. So obviously he must be pretty good if he's named himself after this hero. He's just been itching to do the Chen. You know what? Busting it out for the final match, right?
Save the best for last.
Yeah, best for last. And speaking of last, SIDO Shaoki. No, I sound racist. Is going to take over the Jakiro.
So that said, the Radiant Storm Spirit will be playing. Sorry, you just went over that. I'm looking at Neeks, Sasson, JZA, S, and Clayton's going to be playing. Clayton Nation's going to be playing Lion. S and playing Lifestealer. S in 1990, Yahart, Dota, something B, Gyrocopter, and S and K, Puno 47 America is going to be playing Warlock.
I have a sneaking suspicion that in the last match I didn't finish announcing the players, because I remember not saying blah 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 blah, and I don't think I said America either.
No,
I don't think so. I don't have a remembrance of this. Like, I have a terrible memory, but every once in a while it does something, and it works. Oh, who is the old man here? When were you undergrad? Like 30 years ago you did your undergrad?
So, with that said, we're going to try lane formed up here. Lifestealer, Lion, Neeks going against a Darkseer. Pretty standard there. Chen already starting up, grabbing that Centaur Conqueror. Very, very good creep when you're Chen. And just look at him. He's just walking by that tower. No worries. Warlock actually going in there, surprisingly enough, on that Queen of Pain. And look at this! Chen possibly going to be catching Warlock. First blood going to Chen. Chantress.
That was really loud.
Oh, man. That's just unbelievable. I'm stoked.
Psyched.
Warlock just completely caught out of position by that Chen. And look at Chen's mount. That's pretty cool.
What is that? A wargie sort of thing? What is the backstory on Chen?
I don't know what Chen is, but
it's a wolf.
He's got the hand of God.
Oh, it's got a horn on it? Okay, it's not an earthly creature. That's fine. But I love this centaur just kind of clop, 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 walking along. Oh, and I'm going to take a warlock, clop, 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 and he's dead, and clop, clop, clop. So we're seeing that there's a little bit of reinforcement. The Lion and the Nyx are coming up, and ooh, we might have trapped this Chen. He gets taken out by a Earth Spike, and he is stunned. Ooh, and sorry, it wasn't an Earth Spike. It was Nyx first, then the Earth Spike. If we're trying to track, I'm just wondering about that move, yeah. Poor guy just caught there, even though he had his clop, clop, clop with him, so he's gonna pay for that one maybe. Oh, we've got the stun from the ice blast there. Poor Gyro gets taken out half his health, but he's gonna heal up, so no worries. They didn't turn that into anything, and I think Nyx is going to snipe himself some illusions.
Yep, I think he's gonna snipe those illusions indeed, and already counter warding there is the Lion. Very good heads up play. That's how you want to play the good supporting role when you pick a support hero like Lion. Just going up to that top lane right now. Darkseer already with 9 last hits against Lifestealer's 11 hits, and we're just gonna take a quick look right now at gold. Early on in the match, it's pretty. It is what it is. Oops. XP.
Yep. Okay.
A little bit of an advantage there. So 1-1 is the score 3 minutes into the final match, and just going down to the going up to the top lane, we have Lifestealer just num away on those creeps, and bottom lane right now the eye is on Storm Spirit, and we just see right now Lion waiting in the woods. It has been revealed that they're there. Nice ice path dropped by Jakiro. Impale on the Storm Spirit. Carapace also casted. They walk right into that static remnant by Storm Spirit, and look at Lion getting away with 6 HP. Very surprising. Nice Impale once again by Neek's Assassin, but so early into the game, low level, it only does so much damage, and really nothing else could be said from that. Engagement.
Yeah, wow. I'm surprised that there wasn't a follow-up on that Impale. I guess Impale, like, the cooldown just hadn't refreshed there, because I was sure that they were gonna take him as he was trying to get away there. And that Lion escaping with his
6 health
underbridges. Oh wow! Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. He popped the. Was it Tranquil? He can't have Tranquil boots already, can he? Whatever. He popped the heal. It just looked like Tranquil. Popped the heal so quick in there, and that just granted him enough health for 1 shot. Now we see Nyx Assassin has popped the DD. He is going to go reinforce mid. I don't think they're going to do anything with that. Ooh, the Wendigo. I think it's called the Wendigo. Waving around that tornado of just unpleasantness, sweeping over the Wild Wing. I thought it was a Wendigo. Weird. Okay, my bad.
Wild Wing Ripper.
Yeah, the Wild Wing. So the Wild Wing is just turning that tornado around. We're gonna have a TP in their top so that the Jakiro, or sorry, the Nyx, the Lion, and the Darkseer are gonna hold that tower because it is dangerously close.
Yeah, very dangerously close indeed. Just going into the bottom lane right now. Gyrocopter going against that Storm Spirit and Jakiro. And just keep a close eye on this matchup. Right now, Warlock just hammering away at those creeps mid lane, almost level 6, and getting that very, very important chaotic offering. And the top lane right now, very interesting hex on that creep. You don't want those creeps to hit you. Oh, actually, no, it kind of made a little bit of sense. That creep actually has Ion Shell, so that was actually kind of a respectable play there by Lion. Almost thought for a second it was one of those misclicks, but it's not. Yeah.
No.
So,
if he's a frog, he's not hopping after you very quickly. Damn it! I was sure they were called the Wendigos.
Well, consider. Right?
Well, what is it for Wendigo then? I don't even know anymore. I don't know anything.
So right now, 6 minutes into the match, both teams are pretty much playing it conservatively. Nobody really showing any overly aggressive stances for either side and for any lane so far that we can see. A little bit of attention right now to the mid lane, though. That Warlock having to cast that Shadow Word on himself after taking a little bit of damage by that Queen of Pain. And now Queen of Pain going up, trying to get that Invis Rune, but it's actually Neek's Assassin that's going to be picking it up. Possibly an opportunity here. Warlock getting in there right now on that Queen of Pain, but to no avail, nothing much really happening out of that. Jakiro coming now to help out. Nice. Ice Path casted on that Warlock, and nice... There's Queen of Pain jumping right in there. Nice chaotic offering. Warlock Golem cast it down. All sorts of damage right now on that Queen of Pain, and even Jakiro, because he was caught in that Fatal Bonds, almost doing enough damage to take him down, but not enough. Still alive and well.
That's for sure. All right. So what's going to come of this? We see a lot of action happening. There's a call down at bot. As they're just trying to blast some of those creeps. In terms of last hits, I just want to go back to that. The Lifestealer is doing fairly well. The carries, the Storm Spirit and the Quap are trailing maybe almost by half in terms of last hits on the Dire side or the Radiant side. So that's something to consider. But I don't think it's going to amount to anything much. I mean, there's still plenty of game left. But I'm just predicting Sand wants to turn this into a late game match, so they're going to try and prolong this as much as they can. kind of the
definitely.
dancing game, the game of.
And I think for Sand, I think you're completely right, because the longer this goes, the stronger the Lifestealer is going to get. And
he is strong.
He is a tough one, and he's up there right now with last hits being 30 and 2 denies. But also, you know, you have Darkseer. He just picked up his Tranquil Boots and Soul Ring, and he's putting together his items pretty quick, actually.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, Chen has taken over the mid lane, and look at that, he looks like such a boss.
What
See
a
that?
boss!
See that
Oh my
gear that he
goodness!
has? That's
You know what he makes me think of?
what's up?
Never mind, I'm not gonna say it.
I
guess, yeah, that was the worst, eh?
Not say anything. Well, Surge Cast, Storm Spirit, nice, nice ball lightning right there. Call down given by Gyrocopter. It's not going to be enough though. Darkseer picking off Gyrocopter in that engagement with the help of Storm Spirit
and a couple Ion Shells.
The ball lightning, yeah, and the Ion Shells.
You get an Ion Shell, and you get an Ion Shell, and you get an Ion
Everybody
Shell.
gets Ion Shells, yay!
Oh, he is the Oprah of Ion Shells. Okay, going mid, we see a tremendous amount of potential action. Casting, on the Centaur.
Nice, trying to pick up that Centaur. Very nice play
Turning
there.
him into a frog. All right, but nothing's going to happen there. The Jakiro is trying to lay on a little bit of pressure in bot, and the Darkseer is just sweeping those creeps so that the tower can be uncontested. Mid is seeing a combination of a Warlock and a Lion and a Nyx, and they're all trying to push against this Queen of Pain, but nothing too much is happening. The only thing that's happening that's serious right now is how quickly this tower bot is going down. But it's 2 supports against a tower, and that doesn't really speed things up. And if we notice that they're spinning bot, the Radiant spinning bot, that is going to shut down that tower potential. And what you don't want is to whittle a tower down so low.
Lifestealer getting in there.
Oh no!
Chen possibly, but Lifestealer thinking twice before he engages with Chen, but it's just kind of dancing back and forth right now. And we will keep an eye on that Storm Spirit, and I think Lifestealer has a sense that might be a little bit of a bait there.
Yeah, he doesn't know that the Storm Spirit is up there, I don't think. So
no.
He overextending as he's risky business right now. I mean, he's a escape artist, but look at the entourage that Chen has with himself now. He doesn't have the Hand of God yet, so he's not at his full potential, but soon. Anyway, what I was going to say before is, if you have 2 supports whittling down a tower and they're not able to take it, and then the tower gets reinforced by some carry units, carry heroes, then they'll just deny it on you, right? So you don't want to be in the situation where 2 supports are working to take something down, and then eventually they have to bail because there's too much against them, and that leaves the tower open to be denied. I mean, that's a lot of work and a lot of time just wasted. So they don't want to take it down too fast. And now we see, look at all the bot.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a busy bot.
A big party down bot right now for SIDO. They are making a push for that bottom tower, and it's going to be, it looks like a tower for tower because, sorry, SIDO pushing mid and Sand pushing that bottom tower. And also Storm Spirit making a little bit of a push there too.
Are we gonna see
that first tower is actually going to go down.
They're TPing.
SIDO, and yeah, it does appear that
are they going to stop this?
A reinforcement happening here. Are they going to stop this? Indeed, is a question. Here come the TPs. We have Chen, Darkseer, Storm Spirit, and Queen of Pain ready to go. And you got to notice they do have mobility, and there is the Storm Spirit jumping right in there. However, nice hex there by Line. Call down columns. Oh my gosh! Sonic Wave, Meek's Assassin being taken down, and Queen of Pain. Darkseer just being pwned there by Lifestealer. Big kill there for him, and that, oh man, that Warlock column just
Where's the tower?
so much damage. And
Tower's
the
gone.
tower is gone as
I didn't
well.
see that happen.
Very interesting
I missed
play. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so much is happening. So we were dipping down. The Dire was at 3,000, but that little engagement just popped them up to only about 1,500 in terms of gold and XP, about 15.5. So 15 to 500. So that was a bit of a transformation as well. So they are not letting that momentum for either side kind of gain. They're keeping it pretty even, which is exactly what we want to see. Well, some of us want to see in this final match. Those who are excited for an epic match, then this is exactly what you want. Those who are kind of thinking, oh, there's a lot of Dota, I don't know. Maybe they want this to be a little bit quicker.
Well,
Can you ever have too much Dota?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe. My ass is kind of sore. Can I say ass?
Well, you did, so yes, you can. So, with that said, the first significant item for Lifestealer right now, Drum of Endurance, just picking up, having 4 charges on that. So that's actually pretty quick too. Just 12 minutes into the game, already having that little toy to play with. So, and also we have an invisibility rune bottled up.
Ooh.
Nice little stun there by Jakiro. Ice Path and Call Down. Storm Spirit will be taken down. Big kill there for Sand, forcing SIDO to back off right now. And with a little bit of momentum, Gyrocopter jumping right into the fray right there with that flat cannon and rocket barrage. A little bit of trouble right now for SIDO. They are putting some good pressure on that mid tier 1 tower. And Queen of Pain there having the Fatal Bonds on her with no other units or heroes, I think, attached, wearing off. And so yes, that tower is going to be going down, and the gold awarded to that Gyrocopter, who is working very close now to that Shadow Blade, just purchasing that Shadow Amulet, and is closing in on the Claymore that's necessary for that.
Lovely. Oh, what's happening here?
Ooh, ward drop there by Chen. Also with the Wendigo. I'm just going to go with it because I think it's better than when Wild Ripper. Wendigo sounds better. It rolls off the tongue. Wild Ring Ripper. Blah, 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 blah. Like,
that just happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Wild Ring. Blah, 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 blah. It just doesn't work.
Tongue tied. So Neek's Assassin making his way back up to that top tier 1 tower. Very nice ward placement right there. That's going to give some good map vision for the Radiant. Darkseer making his way up, just picking up that Ring of Health. He's working on what I believe is that a very effective Pipe of Insight. And we've seen that used by a number of teams effectively, actually. And against... What's that?
What a tank it makes the Darkseer.
Like, you want everybody, basically. Yeah, it's like that Pipe of Insight is huge. And there we go, a payout on Storm Spirit. Nice Golem! Oh my gosh, that Flash Golem coming right down. Storm Spirit will not be able to escape. And the whole team's down here. Big party, Lifestealer, and a little bit of trouble in that Flesh Golem, sorry, the Warlock Golem, just going apeshit on everybody. Nice vacuum. Jakiro being taken down in that fight, and there's Queen of Pain. He got Hex on her, Shadow Word on Warlock, and Queen of Pain being stunned by that Neek's Assassin. Nice kill and pick up there. Heads up play. Neek's very low on mana, forced to back off. That Lifestealer wants a piece. Doesn't want a piece, actually. They're backing off. Sand, pretty good engagement right now. 8-4 lead against SIDO. Big plays. Really big plays. And you have to award Sand for that ward that was placed earlier.
So they caught that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think that was really good. It gave them that awareness of what's
going
on.
Who got Hand of Godded? Did we notice? I think it may have been the Lion. Yeah, it was the Lion.
So Darkseer right now picking up that Hood of Defiance, one of the key items that you need for that the Pipe of Insight that he's currently working on. And it looks like Lifestealer, he's saving up a good chunk of coin for some stuff. And interestingly enough, he's going for an Oblivion Staff, which is a good indication, I think, that he might be going for an Orchid Malevolence, I believe, which is a very unorthodox kind of pick for this kind of hero. But in terms of the kind of heroes that they're facing against, like Storm Spirit, Chen, Jakiro, any of them, like if you can get a silence off, like you're really going to boost your advantage in a team fight. So I think it's a pretty good pick for
Remind us how many seconds is an Orchid of silence?
Why are you putting me on the spot?
Just only because I didn't want to. Orchid is quick chat. How many seconds is Orchid? Not because we don't know, just because we want to engage you. This is an interactive experience. So we're thinking it's about 6 seconds. Wow, look at how responsive
6 seconds,
they are.
yeah, there we go.
All right,
nice.
Excellent response.
Thank you.
And in the meantime, we are noticing that a Smoke Gank has the potential to try and catch any of the Radiant off guard, as Dire is, I think they're all, did they catch them all? Gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch them all.
So perhaps of course, no, the Darkseer is running around there as plain as day. But I don't think this is going to result in anything because everybody's grouped up around this tower, so there's not going to be an effective invis attack here. Who is camping in there? The camping in the forest. Oh no, not
Storm Spirit.
Did he go there by accident? That doesn't seem very helpful. Whatever. Look at how he saunters around. He's
pretty good sentry ward being placed there. I like that. You know, good counter against that Neek's Assassin and preventing for any surprises from not happening. Look at this Lifestealer though. He wants wants a piece.
Look at the blocking.
Yeah, that's some skill blocking right there with the creeps. Nice ice block there by Chikiro. Big heads up play. Nice defense to help out Chen there. Good play. And Sand very wisely backing off because they're definitely out of position right there with that Storm Spear and Jakiro just hanging out on the top.
That is wise. Like,
you get
go
Ice
for it,
Path,
go for it.
Macro Pyre, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to get repositioning, a better position rather, on this SIDO team, and there's Storm Spirit having no idea that Neek's Assassin is there, nice and pale, and Vendetta, the Ice Path being dropped there, and Storm Spirit will live though, because of that ball lightning.
Yeah, it almost seemed to curve. It doesn't normally curve, does it? Anyway, so we see the Glyph of Fortification going up to try and stall the attacks against this tower. And then, whoa, there comes the Golem. There's going to be some intensity over here. Chen goes down first, but the wall is up. Golem is going to start whittling down that Queen of Pain. She just took out the Lion. He didn't last very long. Oh, there's a lot of carnage going on up here. The Golem taking a lot of damage, but, ooh, a nice stun there to trap the Queen of Pain. She is out. And the Chen is just getting smacked by this Lifestealer. He is just saying, I want you. But nope, he gets sped away.
Jakiro also being taken down by that Warlock Golem and the Golem going down.
Very good.
That was a pretty nice exchangement right
and
there between the
tower.
two teams. And yes, that tier 1 tower going for Sands. So 11-5 lead. Let's have a moment and take a look at the gold earned so far, the difference.
Yeah. So we got 2,000 gold for the Radiant. They are certainly turning this around. And then in terms of XP, we're looking at, wow, 5,000. That's a lot of thousands.
And we can maybe just cycle through some of the heroes right now.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Still, not much really change right there on the Darkseer right now. Going back up, Jakiro just resurrecting in the fountain. Not much
so
change.
Supportive.
And it looks like as though that Storm Spirit's actually going to go for an Orchid Malevolence himself, which is pretty a very interesting choice. Bottle, Boots, Null Talisman on the Queen of Pain right now.
Boring.
I guess we're going to have to wait a little bit longer on her.
Radiant.
And just resurrecting right now is Chen, getting closer to that mech right now. Of course, you know, a much needed, but look, a much needed item on Chen. But looking at Gyrocopter right now, sitting with the Shadow Blade and BKB, he is moving on up. And getting more effective, I would say. And Neek's, Lifestealer, moving very closer to that Orc Malevolence, ahead in that department over Queen of Pain. Lion, not much really to be said, playing a supportive role, buying a lot of those.
And we do Nyx Assassin?
Yeah, I just want to make a quick point about Warlock. It does look like he's going to be going for that Aghanim Scepter to get the double Golem. And finally, Neek's Assassin sitting on Staff of Wizardry, Null Talisman. I think, what do you think you could be going for in terms of that purchasing that staff?
Not a Dagon.
Possibly, yeah. I think so. Maybe a Dagon. Which would
gotta play more of that minigame.
It would be really a refresher to see a Neek's Assassin going for a Dagon, because pretty much like all tournament today, it's been in one support Neeks after another, and quite frankly, I haven't really seen him to be that much of an impact hero, which we've typically seen in the past.
Wow, look at this. We are getting a lot of action coming towards this epic fight at the bottom tower for the Dire. All the Radiant, everybody's there, except for a little bit.
Chen right there.
Storm Spirit is kind of lagging behind. The Ice Path goes down as Jakiro is trying to take out those creeps. Oh, and the tower is fried. They're continuing to put up this pressure, though, which is interesting. Oh, all right. We saw a couple moves in there, but nothing resulted. Okay.
No, they're playing it safe right now, and rightly so. Right now SIDO is pretty much aware that that Warlock does have that Chaotic Offering ult up. So, you know, when you're going to go into a team engagement, I think they're going to be playing it safe until that Orchid Malevolence comes up, and I can see Warlock being one of the prime targets to silence, because of that Chaotic Offering with those Warlock Golems dropping.
Bloody Golems.
Amount of damage
but he doesn't have two, though. Yeah, does he?
He doesn't have two yet, but even with the one right now, alone, it just does so much damage, and that stun that comes with the initial blast from Warlock's ult is devastating in a team fight.
Bugger that. Oh.
So, once again, viewers, this is our final match. Anybody just joining us right now, this is the grand finals. Winner pretty much taking all. There's the Chaotic Offering on the Chen. Ice Path casted by Jakiro. Wall of Replica, Vacuum. All sorts of trouble right now for Darkseer. Macro Pyre is causing Darkseer to be in a lot of trouble. There is Storm Spirit coming in, taking down Lion, and he backs off. Oh, Lifestealer going a little too far, almost overextending himself, and now it's Storm Spirit going hit for hit against Warlock, and Warlock winning that 1-for-1 battle, possibly going to be taken down by this Jakiro, but no, there's Sneaks with the Impale, all sorts of trouble. Jakiro goes down, pretty much a team wipe for SIDO, and Sand is going to be picking up a tier 2 mid tower in a great position in this final match. Keeping out now is Gyrocopter and Neek's Assassin.
Wow.
Man.
Damn. Click on the Nyx for a second, because we've had a contribution, and as we love contributions, by Matchbow Online, and he is suggesting that perhaps what's going to happen is that's going to be turned into a force staff, because a speedy ass Nyx is always a great thing to have, and that is just a casual nil. So.
And I think in terms of survivability, I mean, Nyx, of course, you know, he does have the Impale, he has his Vendetta, but Force Staff is an excellent tool, you know, in terms of like escaping or even engagements, you know, like for him just to get in there.
It's so great to force staff an enemy right into you guys. Yeah. You want to talk about isolating people?
Or saving your fellow buddies.
Or saving,
yeah. Like it's a fan. I personally like Force Staff on almost any hero. Like it's
very useful.
Awesome. It's so much fun.
So we just smoked everybody. 2 PR, it says.
Oh, money.
Dollars. I don't get it. R is not a quantity of money.
2 PR
All right.
money.
So we've got them in their little smoke formation. Going to set up some destruction bot. They want to try and take out this gyro, which would be great.
Well, they better have some dust in their and their inventory, because it might be a little tough grabbing that gyro. Oh well, there are sentry wards on that Jakiro, so they could possibly pull this off.
That's a start.
Yeah, Gyrocopter, he sniffed danger. His spidey senses were going off, and he backed off.
Oh, watch out! You gotta play Dota with spidey senses.
Yeah, man, you just that's that sense, you know, that impending doom. You get that sometimes when you're alone in lane and everybody's gone. You don't see anybody on.
I get that impending doom after I pick my hero. And it stops when I watch my ancient explode. that's how the doom
That's how the cycle goes.
Yeah.
And look at this Warlock picking up that activating the haste rune and activating the illusion rune, which will be interesting to see if he's going to pull off anything. Another smoke right now by SIDO. They're looking, hunting, but it seems like I think both teams kind of having a similar idea going after each other, but just in opposite ends. Now the jig is up. SIDO is aware exactly where Sand is, and Sand right now, they are in position to take that top tower, and it looks like they're going to do it with it undefended by SIDO. So this is going to be another tower going for Sand, which begs the question. The Radiant very clearly ahead in terms of experience and gold now. So Sand, well, in really good position with a 16-6 lead 25 minutes into this match. But of course, it's not over.
It's not over until the GG button sings.
And especially now, just looking at items. Look at this. Really strong pressure right now by Sand. They want this tier 3 tower. And if anything's going to happen, it's got to happen for SIDO, because they have to defend this. Warlock, Gyrocopter, and Lion, and Lifestealer, they're going at this tower pretty much with SIDO really not defending. But there we go. Storm Spear jumping in. Darkseer with a nice vacuum. Big damage all around. Warlock getting his golem off, but it's not enough. Too late. Neeks is going down, and Warlock possibly as well. And yes, it is basically a team wipe for Sand, and huge play rate there for Darkseer and that wall of replica. But the golems, though, get a nice piece of Storm Spirit. Only casualty in that fight, and we do see Lifestealer inside that melee creep, and he goes out. Big play there by Lifestealer. Silence. Lifestealer with that nice Orchid Malevolence, but it's not going to be enough, though. Lifestealer had the right idea, getting that Orchid Malevolence off on the Queen of Pain, preventing her from blinking out. But because of Warlock's Golems, it pretty much saved Queen of Pain.
They did, and look at, they're just wailing away. There's so much
damage. Taking a lot of damage there too. And yeah, Warlock right now, if you're gonna silence anyone, it's got to be Warlock, because these golems, they just do a crap ton of damage. Their AOE damage is insane. Permanent immolation, and of course the flaming fists. I mean,
flaming fists.
That would make you sit down.
Yeah. Right? Sit you down. Oh my goodness. Well, what are our grabs looking like now?
Well, considering after that fight, actually,
Barely
the
a
gold
dip.
dipped a little bit, but the
That's
experience actually dipped considerably, which makes quite a bit of sense, considering that it was pretty much a team wipe for the Radiant, and the Dire successfully defending.
That's problematic. We're looking at net worth right now.
Gyrocopter and Lifestealer.
2 carries are leading the
Warlock.
way, and Warlock doing his own.
Three of the Radiance heroes right now, clearly well ahead. Well, actually not that far ahead, though. If you look at the numbers right there, Darkseer, Queen of Pain, and Storm Spirit, not too far off. I mean, one more team fight.
Show me carries and show me items. Let's see what we've got.
Sure. Well, finally, Darkseer does have that Pipe of Insight, which I think really helped that last engagement. And we have Storm Spirit with an Orchid Malevolence, and also Queen of Pain with that interesting pick of item right there, Orchid Malevolence. And
Queen Pain?
wait a minute, that wasn't
She had
Queen
the
of
Agams.
Pain. She had the Agams, sorry. And Chen right now, they're finally getting that mech. And
now whoopsies!
oh, Storm Spirit getting
You're
in there.
not
Nice
going
silence.
away.
Lifestealer's not going to be able to get out of this one. Taking down Lifestealer is Storm Spirit. Pretty big kill there for SIDO.
That was good.
That was a key play right there for them. Jakiro sitting on Mana Boots, playing a very good supportive role right there with the wards. And right now for the Radiance team, Aghanim Scepter, of course, on Warlock. We saw that double Golem earlier. Gyrocopter with BKB and a Shadow Blade. And Neek's Assassin moving in there. And this is what we haven't seen all day, folks. There's that Daggett. Big Impale right there with an Vendetta. Carapace going down. Nice wall. Call down. Golems. All sorts of crazy oh my gosh.
Stuff.
Yes.
Crazy
Still being
things.
taken down. SIDO this time is on the wipeout end. For them, only survivor right now is Storm Spirit, and he's very low on mana. Very well timed, well placed. That homing missile is going to pick him off.
Go up, go up, go up.
But he is going to live
No, he doesn't have any
by the
mana.
looks of it.
Careful.
Oh, nice play right there to get away from the Warlock.
Oh, is it?
But
Is it?
Gyrocopter still on top of him. He's trying to escape, but no.
Oh, killed by the seeking
By
missile.
the missile, by the homing missile. So that
You know
basically
that
was a
happens.
team wipe for SIDO. 22-12 is the lead, and
That's just unfortunate.
yeah, that was too bad, so sad. Look at Warlock, 4,000 gold right there.
He's just sitting on it. Buy an refresher orb.
Oh, those are fun.
How many golems? You just
4.
like all the golems.
4 gold.
He could buy so much. He should do that.
Golems.
I'm just gonna come back. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just gonna go outside for a second. You hear I'm like, buy refresher.
Hyperstone right now on that Lifestealer.
Leaves a salve.
Hey, he's a bro. He's trying to help out his teammates or somebody, I guess.
And he's just got too much good stuff.
He's got a lot of good stuff, and interestingly, that Warlock bottling up that double damage rune, and there we have Lion right now.
Uh-oh.
Look at this, Jakiro, Pipe of Insight being shot off by that Darkseer. Nice Sonic Wave there by the Queen of Pain, actually not really missing, not doing enough damage to take down that Neeks. Lion, however, will be taken down. Lifestealer now trying to track down that Storm Spirit, but 1-for-1 trade-off. But look at this, Storm Spirit does managed to get that ball lightning off. Very low on mana, though. Can't do too much more, but he wants it. But going right into that homing missile was the Storm Spirit, and also Queen of Pain being taken down. Double kill going to that Gyrocopter. Now it's a call down on the Darkseer. Big trouble now for him. Homing missile does hit the Darkseer, but that's going to be a buyback right there for Queen of Pain, and she's going in to clean up those creeps. And meanwhile, Sand having to back off because pretty much 3 of them went down.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that engagement.
It was a little bit of a seesaw, I think. A little bit of a
It was a bit of a seesaw.
tit for tat.
Oh, all right. So we, I think that it's time for them. I mean, maybe go for a Roche. They have a moment here to do a Roche and start to get. See, they have that sort of advantage, or they could claim for themselves that sort of advantage. That would be decisive. That would be helpful. Let's see what they're going to choose to do. They don't have the DPS, or it's coming in there. Come on, take it, take it, take it. And there's a gem on the Darkseer, so that says, hey, Nyx, no more sneaky invis, please. Gyro, no more sneaky invis. And then we just saw the Dagon go up, right? It was chilling around there for a while. So Dagon, level 3. Bam!
Three,
That was the
getting
surprise
scary.
effect, right? That's why he had all
Yeah.
that money, because he's going to be like, I'm just going to do it all once. Now I've got level 3. How much damage is a level 3? And they're smoked, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's doing a considerable number of damage.
600,
Right?
unless
600.
unless they get off that pipe first.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
going to
think,
be a matter of timing, I think, for Neeks using that Dagon.
and that's why it was a surprise, because if the enemy knew, if the Dire knew in advance, oh, we got to make sure that we pipe before that comes out. Yeah, really, eh?
I know.
Then that could be problematic. But look at Roche is going down really quickly, and this instead going to go to Sand, so that's an issue. We've got counter wards all over the place, so they see all the things.
The Dire knows, they know what's up, and
Do they know?
moving,
Have they noticed the Dagon though?
I don't know about
Well, maybe,
that, but
but,
for
like,
sure they
we'll
are
see.
on to them. The Roshan going down, Gyrocopter picking up that Aegis, and interestingly enough, SIDO did allow that to happen without much of a fight against it, even though they had clear awareness of what was happening.
What
So
could they do? It was hard.
and it's kind of difficult to say what you can do in that situation, but with that said, Sand with that Aegis, Gyrocopter making his way back to the base. And just a quick look at the items, Gyrocopter recently just now picking up that Mantis style Lion, finally completing that mech, and going down to the bottom is Warlock. Interestingly enough, he picked up that BKB. That's going to be considerably helpful, I think, to him. And here we go, yeah, the Neeks Assassin still sitting on that level 3 Dagon. And
Does he know that
SIDO's there? The whole team is there. I'm not sure.
and there's a gem on the Darkseer?
Yeah. If anything, I think he is aware that that is the case, possibly,
so.
and he's just sitting there in the woods. Very good position, actually, because I think in terms of the map, I don't think he'd be able to be seen. I can't see him in the trees like that. So if he doesn't move, he might be able to. Yeah. They're absolutely going to pass him, it seems. So now with that said, this is kind of an advantage, I think, for Neeks, because he'd be able to flank in a fight that's actually brewing right now. There goes that Gyrocopter. Oh, really?
That's gotta be tactical.
We're
All right,
talking
here we
about
go.
pauses. That's a freaking tactical pause. I've never seen one. That Storm Spirit's going to be going down to the likes of Gyrocopter.
I don't know about
And
that, guys.
yeah, that was a questionable one. And there's that Neeks Assassin. I guess he didn't know that the... Well, yeah,
Ooh.
actually very big. Oh my gosh, huge impale right there. Wall of Replica being dropped down, as is the Golems by the Warlock. And pretty much wiping, while taking out 3 of SIDO's players.
And
now 4. Queen of Pain just getting dropped down there by the
This Darkseer
Gyrocopter.
running for his life, but
Darkseer, yeah, definitely getting away, but that was a controversial play right there, that pause.
whatever.
But yeah, such as it is. We're
yeah.
moving on, though. SIDO getting the bad end of that engagement, and clearly the gold and XP right now clearly in favor of the Radiant, and all systems go for Sand. There is that tower on the top lane right now that has fallen and has really left that Rax, the melee and ranged Rax open for the takedown, and there we go. The Golem's going in there right now, going to take down for a push for that for the melee Rax. Jakiro trying to do what he can, casting that Ice Path to slow down this onslaught, but that Rax will be going down. Also the ranged Rax as well. Warlock doing a very good job supporting, healing up Neeks right there, and it really is right now. SIDO is in their backs are against the wall. It's very difficult to see what they can do. Sand playing it very safely right now, backing off. Neeks Assassin, however, is waiting there in the woods. Does have an Urn of Shadows now, Dagon level 3, and looking to possibly take down
That
one
Chen,
of these heroes.
here it
And,
goes.
yeah, the Chen. And
Blam,
Pale opens
blam,
up next
blam,
to Pale.
Dagon,
Boom.
gone.
It's just one shot after another, but Storm Spirit is there to possibly take down this Neeks Assassin, and he goes down. Lifestealer, however, this is going for tit for tat, blow for blow. Lifestealer, very nice infest on that creep, backs off, and rightly so, and Pipe of Insight being cast as well. And, you know, I'm actually surprised to see Gyrocopter not playing more of an aggressive stance than that previous engagement. I don't think he was near, but he still does have that Aegis and, of course, the Manta style. And now they're putting considerable pressure on that Tier 3 mid tower, looking to go for their second Rax. But here we go. Wall of Replica being cast. Nice backing by the Darkseer. Call down. Warlock casting... Oh, no, sorry. Just called down by the Gyrocopter. Macropyre also being cast. And really, Lifestealer being taken down. Neeks Assassin still resurrecting, and basically because of all that crazy macro power damage, the gyrocopter taking a considerable amount of that damage.
A hiatus. He's going to go back.
Yeah, he's going to go back and heal.
Back and chill. That's a fair choice. It's okay. We have faith in you to come back and finish what you started.
Absolutely.
I think they're going to finish this. That's for sure.
Well, you know, it's still. I think you're right. Like in terms of like a hard carry, like we saw when SIDO was selecting their team, you know. I think they're banking on the success of Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain, but...
Well, look, like in terms of our worth over here, their carries are... Well, Queen of Pain is just over, but Storm Spirit, one of the carries, is half of what the our gyro is, so...
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know if the team comp has worked out the way they originally had planned. And also, interestingly enough, like this is the first match that we've seen a Neeks Assassin playing a more damage-oriented role instead of a supportive role, and the success is just piling up for the Sand team because of Neeks wielding that level 3 Dagon and also just popping that...
Top is missing.
What was when we saw the Nyx and he was forced to go to the more support role? I can't remember what the team composition was. Were there fewer support characters and he was forced? Because here, I mean, we've got the Warlock and we got the Lion who can take over support quite comfortably. Lion is doing an excellent job with that.
Yeah.
So Nyx is free to be that burst that he can. Oh, sure, that's pausing him. You gotta fix that headset. It's falling off. It's so sweaty. God damn. So, I mean, Nyx he's free to have that luxury of cruising and bruising, so he's taking advantage of that. And that, in addition to Lifestealer Gyro, is just so much damage. And then if we look on the opposite side, there's so much support. And moderate carry of the Queen of Pain, and then the Storm Spirit on top. So the longevity of this game, I think, goes in favor of Sand, and at 38 minutes...
Oh, totally. Yeah.
We're headed, like, already they're dominant in this game, and now we're heading into the period when we would expect them to be dominant.
And
so
the other thing too is, like, you just look at Lifestealer. He is one of those heroes that just snowballs, and the longer you let him go, the more difficult it is going to be to kill him and take him out. So yeah, definitely as this game progresses, it's just going to spiral out of control, I think. And SIDO, I don't know, man. Like SIDO should just go all in. Like they really should just go do what they can. But really, right now that melee Rax is taking a crap ton of damage and
from
really,
Warlock.
Yeah, the Warlock. Look at all these illusions right now. Basically, Sand doesn't even need their heroes. All they need are their illusions. And all those ults being casted on illusions.
Ooh, you see that flank by Storm Spirit.
That was
trying
pretty
to come in there, but it didn't work. He died.
No.
In fact, they all died, except for the... Oh, yeah, Darkseer's going to escape out of there, and Queen of Pain.
That was very unfortunate to see a lot of those ults being wasted on the illusions.
Look at the words.
Yeah, GG, folks.
GG.
This is it. This is it. It is done. Sand will win this tournament. Our grand finals, our winner of this match, after 40 minutes and after, what, 10, 12 hours
I know, it's
of
like 18
Dota.
hours of Dota.
Finally, we have a winner, and it's going to go to Sand. And they, congratulations. Congratulations, guys. Big win. Big game. Oh, man, just so impressed.
So much excitement.
Going into this match, remember SIDO, they won the first match, and then Sand completely they came back.
They did. They were. I mean, they only lost that one match, right?
Yeah. That was the first one when they went down to the loser bracket to go against Nine Hands, and that was what an incredible fight for them to get back into this tournament that allowed them to get to the grand finals, and here we are.
Here we are indeed.
Sand just winning it, and you know, big shout outs, you know, to the gyrocopter Warlock. He played an exceptional game, and I really like the transition and strategy for the Neeks Assassin. I really think that was the game changer in terms of team composition, like going for that damage, because Neeks is Neeks, man, when he has that Dagon. So with that said,